guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Minnesota Vikings. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Oh, a heck of a move. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That's caught by Treadwell. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big 30-yard play on third.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You ain't got nothing. 53 is the mic. Drop deep, Mike.
On 2nd and 9. Jackson. This is caught. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field, right? This is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Punching it in from a yard away. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Check back.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Mayfield looks to throw. It's caught by OBJ. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Set, 20. Let's go.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
54. You're right. Watch the shit. Hey, watch the shit. Up.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's going to be caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 33 yards. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson, and Diggs has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm on. Check. 53's mine. Check no echo.
From the gun, Jackson. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
These two teams all tied after one. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
53 is the mic. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Mike.
They go play action now. Jackson going deep for Diggs. And he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
This is Hunt. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
2nd and 5 now. Mayfield flushed out right. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. They'll run on first down. Hunt. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At their 49-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Mayfield off the play fake. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emerson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
That's right, man. Check 4. Bang, bang. Real. Bang. Kill. Hey, alert 33. Done.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 37.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Slam. 66. Bullet.
Here's Jackson. It's caught. Smith. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. It was Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, there to knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Browns drive about to get started. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, it's Hunt. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Get it, baby. Boom.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Eluding the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Check, check. Run. Check. Back. Check. I got it.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on.
And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, 39 yards, and the Browns have taken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his RAC, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
After the sack on first down, Jackson. And this one complete to Smith. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. So So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Oh, you got deep?
Now Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Watch it. Check 37. He's coming. We got double up. Watch out.
Mayfield to throw it. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Check.
From the gun, Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. He was looking for Landry that time. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. They're going to need some therapy after this.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3 and out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
53, check 53.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
180. Check. Watch it before. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
From the 24, Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
1st down, Cleveland.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Look pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Hurry! Mike 54. Hey, come on. Regular. King. Go.
Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some...
Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Point it right.
To throw, Mayfield. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Whip. Watch the whip. Kill.
Mayfield now. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. There for the sack, Emerson Griffin.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now Cook. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. 16 yards, a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the out. Watch the out. Alert.
Mayfield looks to throw. And that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And it's second down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Check. Under 10. Run.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. Got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Escaping the pressure right. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. As they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Critical extra point up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, punt. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
They run again with Hunt. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield. Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance. Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they miss that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he's going to put that one through the post. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here. No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations. They practice this all the time. They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done. They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Now Jackson. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 16 yards, a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock. Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Hey, I'm coming. Check 26. Check 26. Slam.
Throwing now is Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's second and 21. Here's Jackson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Come on, QB, come on. Check. 53, come on. Check. Check 53. Check tight. Check tight.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the 4th down in New Orleans. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their first of the young season. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Let's go.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This could potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
The Browns drive about to get started. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I'd take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can score.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
53 to Mike.
First throw in overtime now for Jackson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this. Overtime in week one.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey,
Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we've got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2.
Second and a yard at the 25-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Check nickel.
What can Mayfield do here in the OT? And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Mayfield to throw it. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A huge play there in overtime. 49 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Hunt. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage a game there is really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my own coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
I got you, boy. Hey, on 133.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. They'll run again with Hunt. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll try to run with Hunt. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game.